it's on. How's it going? When I was 14 years old, a new girl moved to our school, and she was beautiful, exotic, from the rugged terrains of, well, Wales. And it took me about 2 months to ask her out. And I waited till the last moment on Friday, and I thought if she said yes, I could go, okay, let's do something tomorrow. If she said no, I was gonna go, I was only joking, I didn't want to go out with you anyway, and then go cry for the next 2 days. And anyway, she said yes, and I was like, hey, do you want to hang out Saturday? And she was like, yeah, I'd love to. And then she was like, man, it's my Nana Josie's 92nd birthday. You should come. And I was like, okay. And I went home and I was like, Mom, crap, what do you buy old people for birthdays? My mom didn't like the implication of that question. But anyway, I turned up the next day with a bouquet of flowers and met the whole family. And old people's parties are pretty mediocre. But quite funny watching them do karaoke. I found that very entertaining. Watching them eat, I found a little traumatic. Anyway, later on, I found that they had put my flowers out in the back garden, and I subsequently learned that Nana Josie has this terrible allergy to pollen, and at 92, that's potentially lethal. So there was that. Anyone trying to sell anything nowadays, and I think that's kind of what we're doing here, has done their market research and knows that consumer values have shifted in the last 10 years, especially. If you look at Gen Y, Gen Z, I know, but if you look at those generations, you will, the huge spending power, but they are children of the experience economy, and at the top of that list is always travel. And travel brands that are trying to engage those generations have to take a holistic approach of the life cycle, right? And so they become lifestyle brands first and fulfill with product later. Airbnb are a great example of that. But Google have this great quote, and they said airlines that engage at the very beginning of the travel life cycle in inspiration are 67% more likely to win the booking, be present at the booking phase. Because of those generations, we are, all we talk about is kind of, well, we talk about personalization a lot. And, but much like with me with Nana Josie trying to buy her a present, airlines generate massive amounts of data but yield actually very few insights. And invariably, we have one-size-fits-all marketing. So Google found this out, and they know this, and airlines have had a pretty paltry play in inspiration and have been okay with ceding that inspiration to third parties. The problem is those third parties now are Google, Facebook, Amazon, and they're not okay with just staying in the inspiration phase. They are taking a holistic approach to travel. And so airlines have thrown content at these at this phase, but these are children of the experience economy, and they value relevancy above everything, and then authenticity. And so from our research, we found that every traveler has a version of their destination, and it's the travel brand's job to help them find that.
You have a minute to go.
Oh, japers. So we built this hybrid product. It's a tech stack. It's a publishing stack. It enables airlines to have this conversation right from the beginning. What we do is it's a content layer and an inspiration layer. Our content layer is customer facing, and it enables airline to match content experiences to the lifestyle preferences of the customer. We help airlines show their customers where to go in a new city based on a city they know. Then we aggregate all those insights, and we build an interest graph for each individual, and the airlines are able then to base all the future marketing on those insights. Do you want to stop me?
I don't think it'd be possible to stop you.
Okay, Go on.
And your 5 minutes is up.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. How are you guys doing?
Good. Was that your last slide? Or did you have another one?
I haven't. We're working with these guys,
Okay,
if that helps.
fantastic, yeah. So tell me a little bit about your relationship with Aer Lingus.
Tumultuous, I think, is the word that comes to mind. No, they like most airlines are just seeking digital ways to engage
Okay.
the customer.
So I'm kind of more interested in how exactly...
How we do this.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, which I
Okay.
didn't hear in the presentation, so that's my question. Just
Thanks,
understanding
Sinead.
when you're working with an airline, how is it that you work with that airline?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our tech, it is a hybrid product. It's tech-based. And what we do is our tech is able to define areas and break them down into micro areas, our neighborhoods, and then we are able to aggregate large data sources and define how those areas feel in human sensory terms, in the way we would describe that area. We layer it with a layer of metadata, and then we were able to score those lifestyle preferences for each area. So we're able to match, using data, areas or neighborhoods across the globe. Then when we integrate with an airline, we have kind of a onboarding system similar to the likes of Netflix. When you start with Netflix, they go, just tell us a little bit about you. Well, what we do is we know that people love their home city. Sinead, I know you love your home city.
It's London, you couldn't love London.
Yeah. Well, if it was Dublin, no.
It was Dublin once upon a time.
If it was Paris or Istanbul? Yes. Istanbul, Barcelona? Okay. So if we'd have a 30, we break down the city into neighborhoods, and we say, where do you love in your city? Hey, we love Barcelona, you love Barcelona, where do you love? And you'd be like, it's just a quick experience. You go, I like Barceloneta, El Col, the Gothic Quarter, and whatever else. And then you'd say, you just press start my story or hit my story, whatever the airline wants. And that accesses our metadata, and that gains us 5 to 10 lifestyle preferences of the individual. So then we're able to say, well, you like Les Ramblas in Barcelona, you're going to like Kartnerstraße in Leipzig. You're going to like...
Got it. So how do you commercialize that? Or do you commercialize it?
You mean we
make money? So
how do we make money? Love it. Yeah. Well, we have two plays. We for the airline, we want to give them trust. We're a white label, so we sit behind them. We want them to be able to build trust and credibility at the top of the funnel, where they have really very little play at the moment. But then what we do is, while building trust, credibility, and volume at the top of the funnel, when integrated with your airline app, as soon as you've finished the booking and the app generally becomes redundant at that point, we flip, and all the content that you're engaging with becomes your guide through the city. And then we can draw on, we have a lot of sponsored content because we have 400 to 600 native bloggers, influencers in destinations. So that's all our content is generated by a local native that we source. And so then we draw on sponsored content for your customers, bookable services, on-demand services, and we draw them into your ecosystem. So you have a play that goes right into destination as an airline.
Okay, good.
Hola.
So, hi. So, my question was like, this can also appears at the beginning of the customer journey, right? So for instance, it could be like a discover tab or something like that, like a blog kind of situation, or...
Yeah. Okay.
Well, wait, I'm
Yeah.
trying to process.
You're trying to get your head around
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just still trying to figure it out. So, like for instance, they would access this on the homepage from a tab or something, and would you then be like, how do you convert all of this into a booking? Like, is there like a flight booking? Is there a way that you say, oh look, Westminster is super cool, you need to go to London, or
We'd
no?
never say that. But
No, I know.
I'm kidding, Martha. You're
No, no.
right. Sorry. I think I understand your question. Well, it's to build context around your product. You see, we are terrible at making choices, and you have how many on your route map? Wiley?
120.
You have 120 destinations. That's a bit overwhelming, and that doesn't match everybody, does it? So, with what we find out in terms of their lifestyle, the 5 to 10 lifestyle preferences based on data, we say it matches these 3 destinations on your route map, but actually these 3 neighborhoods in each of those destinations. And then we say, this is the story you need to start telling that customer, and embed your product as fulfilling. So you become the lifestyle brand, and you're saying, okay, because you like this, you would actually love this, and I'll tell you why.
Right, okay.
And we'll get you there for $9.99.
So it's just a recommendation that you guys
It's a
give
recommend-
us.
yeah, it's a
and
recommendation
then we then
engine.
have to push that flight, for instance, for that place, right?
Yeah,
Kind
yeah,
of thing.
absolutely.
Cool. Okay.
So I do understand that you have a recommendation engine. How this is built, how do you collect the data? From the airlines, from your platform?
No, we collect the
And
data.
Matt, you have to do this succinctly to give everybody the same amount of airtime from the question. So if you can answer that last one succinctly.
Right, so thanks, Michael. It's like a tandem act here. It's we collect the data and give it to you. To go with the data you already know. You probably know the age, gender, last known visit of a thing, and a couple others in your unbundling of products. But we are playing mainly in inspiration and in destination. And so we give you the data that personalizes those 2 phases of the life cycle, and then you get to do whatever you want with it. We stand behind, you know.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.